It's time for the 50. A little bit about a lot with your hub.
Okay.
What?
You're on Wi-Fi. Is your phone on Wi-Fi?
No. Nope.
Okay. Facebook is dicking with us. Oh. We're on.
Just stop it and restart, please.
No, we're on.
Are you kidding me right now?
Do it.
I can't. And now, from the Jalopy Studios in beautiful Florida, it's time for the 51, where we talk a little bit about a lot with your hosts, Johnny Jalopy and Ity-B. The 51 is sponsored by Johnny Jalopy Hot Rod Art. Go check out johnnyjalopy.com. Wear what the cool kids wear. Shirts, hats, and stickers at johnnyjalopy.com. And now,
this is awesome.
The 51.
Yeah! Welcome to the 51.
Hey, guys.
It wouldn't be right unless we were really botching the intro, all right?
It is our first time.
Yeah, so welcome to episode 51. Welcome to episode 1 of the 51. Yeah, tonight's guest, well, let me tell you a little bit about him. Fabricator, I would say designer guy.
Absolutely.
Almost like the Indiana Jones of picking parts and finding stuff. Like, he finds all the cool stuff that, like, most people are like, oh, look, it's decorative lamps. He's like, oh, yeah, did you see the badass racing slicks behind you? He's that guy. So, welcome to the 51, Art Smith. Come on in, Art.
Come on in, Art.
What's going on, Art?
How y'all doing?
We're good,
Thanks
man.
for joining us.
Yeah, hey, thanks for You've been...
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. So, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good, man. How was your day today? Busy? Hot?
Yeah.
Are you digging this weather or what? It's totally starting to cool down a little bit?
It's not cooling down yet at all.
I don't want to say it too fast.
Compared to what he's been... Now, Art's out like most every night working on his project. So would you say there's a difference in temperature already?
Right now, yes. Yeah.
A little bit?
A little bit?
A little
Cool.
bit.
So Art, tell us a little bit about yourself. So you are a friend of mine. Yeah.
And mine.
And Beth's. And I would consider you a pretty badass fabricator. So you have built, I don't know how many projects you built, as I'm scratching mine. That's real professional. A bunch of different projects that you work on. The one that I most notably, the first thing you ever showed me,
right,
was your blue C10.
It's a C30.
Oh, it's a C30. See, I'm way off. I just saw the body.
66 1 ton.
I saw the body style and went,
yeah.
C10.
Same thing.
Does everybody go C10 to you usually, or do they now? And I'm just saying.
They pretty much sort of know, you know, and they want to know, did I turn it into that, or did it come like that from the factory or whatever? But
yeah, so tell us about your truck or your project, because it's not it's still kind of a work in progress.
It's always a project when you have an old car, am I right?
yeah, you're never done. But the truck, it was my dad's truck.
Right.
And I was a little guy in the passenger seat riding with him. And it just rusted out. And I parked it behind my house for like 30 years. And all of a sudden, I had to do something with it. And it went from that to what it is now.
Right.
Just rust everywhere. Just had to weld in new metal, no Bondo.
So how long was it in the back of your house? You said 30 years?
A good 30 years.
So how long was it? Because you told me the story of before you brought it to your place, right? You found it out in is it your folks' place?
No, it was on our property.
Okay, so
yeah,
had
a tree growing up.
What kind of condition was it in when you found it? Before you even put it behind your house? Was it?
I drove it
pretty gone?
Last time. Yeah, it was bad. It used to be we used to junk with it, you know, like haul scrap to the scrap yard,
right?
And it had dents everywhere, and that's just how it stayed. And the last time I drove it, the engine blew up right around the corner from my house, and it smoked all the way into the driveway, and it just parked right there. And
oh boy!
I took the engine out, just like everybody has a project. I just never got back to it. With work and no time, and one day I'm gonna do it, and that's how the time just went.
Right.
But it was amazing after all that time. You start working on it, and you just address the issues, and when you see a hole somewhere, you gotta fix the hole, and there was holes everywhere. Cut the roof off of it. Just had to mend it back together, but what you see now is the end result.
So
it's gorgeous.
Kind of, you have a front shot. It's an art piece you said you got. And you can tell a story about that here in a sec. But this is just so folks out there can get a visual. So it's a C30. It's a Chevy C30.
Right.
It's got a flat bed on the back of it. You kind of leaving it like your dad had it, right? Where it's a hauler. You can work.
Yeah,
it's a work truck.
I still work with it. I haul stuff with it. I don't build. It's not a trailer queen. I drive it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it gets scratched, hey, I'll paint it again.
So the condition that it's in there. Now you told me. Well, you showed me some pictures of it.
Right.
So were the pictures that you showed me where it was like in like holes everywhere?
Right.
Was that before it was in the back of your place, or was that you've been driving around that condition?
No. That's how it was sitting.
Okay.
For all the years out in the weather, rotting.
Ah, okay.
You know what I mean? It was just outdoor steel rotting away.
And so when you were working on it, sorry to cut you off. So when you were working on it, were you piece by piece, like, oh, I'll do a little bit here, or was it like you just said, okay, I got to get after this thing?
Well,
like from start to finish, how long did it take you?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, just.
That's what I was going to ask.
3
I
years.
think a lot of people, us included, have projects sitting out in the front yard, and we never find the time. So what was the driving force for you to find the time, and how did you make the time?
Well, the time was I had a code enforcement guy come by
Good old government
and tell me that I had to get it out of there and take it to the junkyard and scrap it. And
that's how he was telling you it was junk.
Yeah, I was like, dude, that's not junk.
Piece of history.
Yeah, I mean, it was my dad's truck. I'm not gonna junk it. I told him, I said, hey, before that truck gets junked, man, everybody will have to leave this property. But that wasn't happening. So he understood, and he told me, listen, put it behind the fence and just work on it, and we'll just let you go. So I'm like, cool. I appreciate him for that.
Probably a car guy. But.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but he had to sign off the paper to back off of me. So, but then I knew I needed to do something, because in people's eyes they were considering it junk.
So that lit the fire.
Yeah, so I was like, man, I gotta do something with it now, or else I probably won't be able to do it. You know what I mean? So.
And financially, did you do it on the cheap, as you would say, or were you buying?
Well, it was all on the cheap.
Yeah.
Well, the first thing I had to do, you got to find tools.
Yeah.
So I started going to auctions, estate sales, finding any and everything.
That's a good point.
You can't find. I wasn't able to buy all that stuff, man. You got to go where. People have like barns on the back of the property.
Right.
And I go out there with the flashlight, climbing over in the attics and everything.
So you became a picker.
Well, yeah, you got to be a picker. You know what I mean? Because that's where you're going to find all the stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I go picking in outbuildings, and that's where stuff is at. People are throwing away a lot of stuff. And one thing that I did, the paint that I found for the truck, there was a auction down in Sarasota, and the place renovated Rolls Royces and Maseratis. It was a family operation.
Sweet.
And I was able to buy all the paint products in the whole shop for $5. That's where I got all the paint from. And I donated the rest of the paint that I didn't use to the high school, Tampa Bay Tech.
Which is so cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so and my man, Mr. Santana, he let me use the paint booth to paint the truck in there, as appreciation for me giving those students the paint. And you never know what you're gonna find. You roll up in there, and a lot of times when I go, I should take the trailer with me, and and I didn't bring the trailer, and I should have. You know what I mean? But you know, a lot of times you're wasting gas for nothing, and a lot of times I come home with nothing on the trailer.
Right.
That's fine. You know, it's just the chase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You never know what you're gonna see. You gotta take your flashlight.
Right.
People are like, man, you can't prepare. You got a flashlight. Like, man, I got 3 flashlights. You gotta look for
Get the
stuff.
hat with the flashlight on it.
Not the coal miner's hat. Just a flashlight. You know what I mean? Rechargeable.
Right.
But yeah, I appreciate everybody. You know, I drive the truck, and
It's a cool truck.
It really is.
I mean, again,
sexy.
When you showed me pictures of you had to rebuild from, and you didn't have another roof, did you, for the truck? Like, you didn't just cut a good roof off of another truck.
No, I put the same roof back on, but it was just.
But you just fabbed it into, and it looks like a stock. It looks like a stock roof that there's not any.
Right. You know, it was work. You know, but it was a lot of labor.
Did you do it by yourself?
Yeah, it was by myself. I had help with some other people also. You know, they know who they are, but it might have some flaws, but it was already flawed when I started. But it's whole now.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no rust, and there's no Bondo.
Right,
A little bit of Bondo.
All steel. Well, to make it straight so you can paint it.
Oh, well, I mean, right? You know, you put steel back in there. You don't just patch it. You know what I mean? You know, you can, have some workmanship about you. But the biggest thing about it is I didn't have the money to take it to a body shop.
Right.
And for years, the reason why the truck sat behind my house, on Sunday morning, Saturday and Sunday, the car shows come on on TV, and they'll be like, you put your name right in the thing, and they'll come and fix your car.
Like a Chip Foose or
you know what I mean?
Garage Squad.
Listen, man.
Yeah, you and me both.
I don't know how many times. I don't know how many times I was dreaming that they're gonna come and fix my truck. Right? It was just like, dude, that wasn't happening. So I had to something had to give.
Did you do that always when you come around the corner from your house? Like, please let it be gone. Please
yeah,
I mean, not stolen, but somebody took it.
I'd write
you wait for the story. Like, oh, I don't know what I mean? But the guys came and they took it.
They never showed up, man. So I was like, man, I got to make something happen.
Right.
They didn't come to my house either.
But the people that the dream happens for, man, that's cool for them.
Right.
But I just knew that my chances are getting pretty slim. So I had to pull something off. And the biggest thing, man, is when I drive it, people say, they give you, compliments on it and stuff,
Absolutely.
And that's a lot of sweat, and that's what everybody doing a project, man. Don't worry about if it's not 100% or whatever. If you like it, just go with it, drive it, and you did it.
Right.
So, Art, where did you learn to manipulate metal? Did you go to school for that, or
in high school, what they don't have now, they had in my high school, we had shop class.
Right.
And a lot of high schools now, they don't have shop.
Right.
We had FFA. It was called Future Farmers of America, but we had metal shop in that shop also.
Okay.
You did some metal working and woodworking, but my whole thing was, I was the guy, whenever somebody broke something in the school, they'll call me to bring the torches and stuff and repair it. The metal doors and everything. Just welding stuff, But then I took that skill and took it to we grew up on a farm, so we had to fix all our own stuff. You didn't have any money to hire anybody to do anything, and that's why people ask me, well, how do you know how to fix stuff?
Had no choice.
If you didn't fix it, you were walking. Yeah. Back then, I don't know how the kids do it now, but that's why right now I still fix all my own stuff. And if I don't know how to do it, I give props to watching the TV, the shows. Yeah. You know what I mean?
YouTube
you learn, you know what I mean? Even if it ain't right, just try to be as safe as you can with it, blow yourself up or something. But You know, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still out there admiring other people's stuff, you know, but like my stuff is not, I don't call it top notch, but I like it.
That's all
you
that
know
matters.
what I'm saying?
And we like it. So that's
I mean,
really all that matters.
Yeah, it's a cool truck. I mean,
It
all
really
the
is.
all the touches and the things that you've done to it.
You won't see another one like it.
No, not at all.
And
In fact, your color choice, that's your own.
That's
you mix that.
That's a paint mix of just adding colors until I liked it. You know, you stir it, hold it up to the sun, and if it twinkled, you know, man, this is it. And it's got to have at least 30 or 40 different paint colors in there because I was just adding paint, stirring. So there's no paint code, but it's blue.
And how long have you had that done for? At least a year, right? Because I remember you coming by with it last year.
Yeah, it was fresh then because that was not long after I got tags for it.
Yeah.
You know, and the story of that right there is what was cool. The lady at the tag office, I didn't know what was going on, but she said, hang on a second. And they were looking all over the back in the tag office. And I didn't know. I was like, man, is something wrong with my tag or something? Yeah. So she looked around until they found a tag with the end number 66 on the antique tag.
Oh,
cool.
that is cool.
You know, and I didn't know she was doing that.
That's cool.
And I thanked her, you know.
That's neat.
Yeah, for doing that, you know, because that's a big deal, finding that 66.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
again, she must have been like a car person.
Well, she said her dad had a truck.
Okay.
And he knew how big of a deal it was for him to get a tag like that. She said that his truck is parked or something, and they were gonna, you know, probably try to fix it up. But that was her story, and that's why she looked for that tag, because she remembered her dad when she was little, trying to find a tag with the year on his truck.
That's
you know,
cool.
that it was made.
There are still some good people out there.
Yeah, she didn't have to do that,
No,
but man, if you bought a antique tag with that year number on it to match your vehicle, I mean, that's pretty huge.
It is.
You know, so that's that story.
So with all the stuff that you've done to your truck, is there anything that you would do differently now that you've gone through and you got it running and you...
No, nothing different. Now, the engine that I had in it, I went to New Jersey, and this guy had a 350 vet motor. And I went up there, my sister's house caught fire.
Oh.
So I went up there to rewire her house. And I looked in Craigslist, and the guy told me, I got a vet motor. He had a 283, but he said he sold it. So he said he had a Corvette motor, and I said, man, I need something. So he told me, man, you bring me $200, you can get it. I was like, well, I don't have an engine, so I'll take a shot at it. So I went over there, loaded it up, brought it back down here, and put it in the truck.
How'd you get that through TSA?
How did I what?
How'd you get it through security at the airport?
Oh, no, I I loaded it up.
Jokester.
But
they're so bad with gels and stuff. I'm like, not a motor?
This is what you do without cranking one up. The thing had a flat cam lobe, you know, and it was running bad and everything.
Right.
So when I figured it out, I pulled a cam out. The lobe was flat, you know. I guess it ran with no zinc and no oil or something.
Probably, yeah.
So,
which is probably why the guy was selling it.
I didn't know, but he didn't tell me.
Right.
You know what I mean? But here's how things happen that's good. I was looking on Offer Up or Let Go, one of them. And there was a guy over there south of Daytona. He had an engine listed that was brand new, rebuilt. And he was going to sell it for $300. And I was like, yeah, right. So I called him. I said, man, I need an engine. And he said, listen, here's the deal. I got this engine that I got from some guy in Jacksonville about 5 years ago. He said he was moving to Georgia and he needed to get it out of his garage. And I said, man, if you want to sell the motor, I'm heading over there.
Right.
So when I went over there, I put the cart before the horse. The spark plug holes were taped off. And I was like, all right, well, at least it's a complete engine. So once I get home, I'll look through it.
Check it out.
So I left it on the floor for about 2 days, and then I was like, man, let me go out there and check it out. I pulled the tape on the spark plug holes, and you can look in there and see the lube still on the valves where they did the valve jobs. And I was like, wait a minute. Then I pulled an oil pan, and the assembly lube was still on the bearings, the rod caps and bearings and stuff. So it was never ran.
Fresh rebuild.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's the motor that's in the truck now.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And he didn't lie.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? He said
you just got a smoking deal.
Yeah.
There's another good person.
Exactly.
Everything has been aligning for you to get this.
We really got to start getting our part.
It was a brand new rebuilt engine. Never ran. You can see the cross hatches in the cylinders with a
That's awesome.
piston walls.
They just redone it, and
it was never ran. They assembled it, and it was on a stand, and we took it off the stand and threw it in the bag. I gave him $300.
And I've heard it running. It sounds great.
Yeah. It's a brand new motor.
It's strong.
Hey man, I mean, it's
that's awesome.
I can't ask for nothing better than that. So
oh, that's awesome.
Too cool, man.
And how often are you getting to drive that truck now?
I drive it anytime.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
is that like your daily driver?
Oh
now?
no.
Oh, okay.
No, it was.
Well, yeah, so you had some gear stuff going on with the rear.
Well,
right?
the thing about it is, it's got the granny low in there, and I talked to a YouTuber, man, and I said, listen, man, I need to do something. I want to be able to drive the truck. And he told me what I needed to do, and luckily I ended up going over to a junkyard, and I found an NV4500, but somebody took the shifter off of it. So that's where I'm at right now. I got to find a shifter. And what it is the spacer.
Oh, that's right.
I bought the shifter, but when I bought the shifter, they didn't include the spacer in there, so I got to get that. And then I can swap that NV4500 in there so I can get some highway gears.
Right.
So right now it's just geared. It's a work truck. You know what I mean? That's how it was back then.
They'll pull stuff.
Exactly.
Heavy trailer.
So
load.
Getting that extra gear, man, we'll be out of town.
And then of course you're doing just like every car guy does, and then you have another project that's also
I haven't heard anything about the new project.
Oh, this is a 64 that I'm doing right now. I just got done doing the passenger side cab corner today.
Okay. Yeah, so if you get a chance and you want to see a lot of the work that you've been doing on this thing, you've got it on your Instagram.
The
right?
Instagram,
You've been sharing that. What's his Instagram?
Instagram is close cut at. I'm sorry. Yeah, just close cut.
Yeah,
CLOSEKUTT.
So if you'd like to follow Art's current project that he's working on, there's a lot of cool pics that you'll share.
Yeah,
and of course all those really cool little Indiana Jones finds that you find. Like that bead roller thing. Holy cow, dude, that thing is so badass. Where did you find that?
I went to...
Well, I mean, you told me. Tell them.
Went to Cocoa Beach. Over there in Cocoa, and it was in they had the thing advertised, a bunch of old car parts, and they had a bunch of old car parts. They had two 49 Mercurys in there.
Oh, that's
I
my
know.
car. That's my car.
And they
they wanted $3,500
for
each
boat over each,
with everything in there. But
I know
that's ramen for a couple.
Yeah,
bucks.
they said that they'll sell both of them for $5,000 with all the parts.
Split it.
He had to have money there.
Well, here's the deal. I
just trailer that stuff back, man. Just trailer it back.
Yeah, I mean,
and then you gotta see he can't just trailer it back if you ain't, because when he gets here, you better have the money.
Well, it would have sold itself.
More so a place to park.
A lot of times, man, you gotta
so quick.
You gotta. There's nothing I can do, man.
You gotta jump. You gotta be ready.
Yeah, and that hurt because I knew that was.
Dude,
that's a great deal.
249 Mercury. I mean, all the stuff was with them,
and they were like you said, they were intact too. Like
all the steel was good. Everything was in the car. I mean, he was just gonna fix them up.
Just need motors.
But they were. No, the engines were there.
Because what else did you score on those things too? You scored. Was the bead roller at that place?
At that place, yeah.
Now, in this is not just some Harbor Freight bead roller. This is like
this is
old school,
old bead roller.
Yeah, that thing is.
And it was you
butter, man. That thing is like butter.
And you saw the mechanical hacksaw.
Yeah, that was really cool too. So another cool estate find.
Yeah.
Drag, you found like racing suits, and what else have you found when you go to these art? It's all the stuff, like all the most people are looking for the antique the boudoir matching table and chairs. And Art's like, that's really cool. Where's the garage?
Yeah. We're going out here.
And then he'll go out there and there'll be like a set of like, you found a bunch of really wide Alcoa rims or something like that one.
Yeah, they're ProStar drag wheels.
They're like expensive.
Didn't we get our cooler from him?
No.
But
your cool
surfboard.
Your cool
the
surfboard?
Surfboard.
And then your cool
the palm
trees outside.
I got palm trees.
So just
they look
real
on
that.
Yeah.
But you never know it's out there, man. You just gotta. You never know. People just want to get it off the property because people pass on or something and they just want to.
That's awesome.
And I'm like, I'm not taking it from you. I'm paying you.
Well, we watch the Picker Show every now and again, and I'm always so intrigued at some of the stuff that these people. I kind of feel like they're hoarders. I mean, they've got so much stuff.
Yeah,
we're talking like barn falls.
But it's all money though.
It is.
Well, like
Art,
you found a bit. He at one of his estate sales, you found a bunch of nuts and bolts. Right? And he's like, I'll never have to buy another nut and bolt.
Did you see all those nuts and bolts?
Another nut and bolt for like 10 years. And he got it for what, $5 or something?
$20 for the whole bin.
It's crazy.
You know what I mean?
But he's the guy that
bins.
gets there early, slept in his van, in the heat.
Oh,
you gotta see.
Wow.
It's not.
Yeah, I'll go there and wait for him to open.
Yeah, he's not doing
because you gotta, if you go there late, people are going out the gate with stuff that you want it.
By the time I get up and get dolled up, we wouldn't make it.
Ain't no time to be getting dolled up.
We wouldn't make it.
We've already tried a few of those. Let's go to the swap meet.
Wait, I need breakfast. I need coffee.
Because here's what I tell you, though. When you look at the pictures in the ads,
right,
everybody else is seeing those same pictures.
Yep.
Right.
Don't think that you're the only one to see that you like.
That's
because
true.
Somebody's already heading there for when they open. They're waiting to go in.
Yeah. And
here's the thing: when they say they're opening that no early birds, 8 a.m. Listen, I've been to these things where 6:30, man, the people are already walking out there. It's like, wait a minute, they said 8 o'clock.
Nope.
Yeah, they're already out there. How they gonna stop them?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Awesome. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. And now it's time for Ity-B's portion. What are you calling this segment, Ity-B?
Calling it the Shakedown.
The Shakedown.
The Shakedown.
You are the victim of the first Shakedown, Art.
And
are you ready?
I'm going to take notes. They're not going to be quick because I want to.
You got to write my answers?
I'm going to write your answers, and I'm going to hold you accountable.
All right, so here we go.
All right.
This is called the Shakedown with Ity-B.
Okay.
Go.
The movie Die Hard. Christmas movie or action film?
Action film, I think.
Okay. Beer or wine?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Beer.
What's your favorite season?
Favorite season? Fall.
Nice.
That way there we can get college football championships. I ain't going to tell you what my team
fall,
is.
And I'm going to put football. That's
football,
fine.
Good.
Early riser or night owl?
That's a mixture of both.
Mm-hmm.
I can go either way.
I need just one.
Oh, early riser.
Manual or automatic?
Manual.
What was your favorite toy as a kid?
My favorite toy was my Tyco electric race cars tracks.
Mm.
And I still have my car that I...
Oh, yeah?
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
No, not the track, though?
No, I don't have the track.
What's the car?
The car is like a Porsche road race vehicle.
Nice.
Yeah, I still have that thing.
That's funny. Now, do they still make those tracks to where...
They do, but they're garbage.
It's not
they're
the
not
same, right?
It's not, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, back then you had the handheld things and the sparks would fly out of the handles.
You're like on the verge of electrocution.
Put them on together all through the kitchen and stuff.
Do straightaways.
Get that track out of my floor. All right, Mom.
You're just trying to find a place that wasn't shag carpet?
Yeah.
Yep, so it didn't get stuck.
Oh, man.
My brothers had I didn't really play with
Well, you know, the electric race tracks.
My favorite was the football.
That thing, the vibrator.
So
the vibrating football game.
They never had the footballs, but they actually came with little plastic footballs you stick in your hand.
Well, you put it on the guy and it'll vibrate.
It's like a little foam football.
And get stuck in the corner and you got to get them loose.
Mine would always fumble. I never secured it well enough.
That was right next to the Rock'em Sock'em robots.
Yeah.
It's all in the same era.
Same era. Okay. Pet peeve. What's your biggest pet peeve?
People slacking.
Slackers.
Yeah.
Slackers.
You want to do it right, man. Just why
Gotta agree
bother,
with
man?
you.
Don't do it halfway.
Past or future?
I think you need.
I'm going with the past because that's all that's what I got.
It's where you. The question was more: would you go back in time or would you go into the future?
I'm gonna stay in the past. You know, it ain't that's not coming back. It's going left real fast here.
That's true. I get it from a world standpoint. I agree. If I were to walk into your shop, what would you be listening to on the radio?
In my shop?
Yeah.
The Isley Brothers.
Isley Brothers.
Nice.
We had thought about phrasing that question. Rolling
You talking about
Stones.
music wise?
Beatles or Rolling Stones?
Beatles or Rolling Stones is how we were gonna phrase it.
What are Rolling Stones?
Yeah, see. What we figured.
I would have guessed Rolling Stones as well.
Yeah, you know, I gotta have.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you know, I want to hold your hand stuff, man. I mean, it was.
This is
There
time
was
and
some good
place.
stuff. There was some good stuff.
Listen, I'm universal. I got a lot of. I know music.
But if you're just chilling out and you're out there and you're working music is Isley Brothers.
Well, yeah, you know, that's listen to music that you don't want to. You got to calm down.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Some people use it for the hype,
Well,
but you're a more mellow working guy. You just want to focus in.
yeah, I sort of. Yeah.
All right.
Keep it
Last
light.
question. Facebook or Instagram, and we already know the answer.
Instagram. I don't do the Facebook.
Again, on Instagram, Art can be reached at CloseCut, CLOSEKUTT.
Absolutely.
And also closecut@AOL.com if you're interested in emailing. But definitely check out his page for the project that he's working on now. What do you do outside of these hobbies?
I go to drag races.
That was one of the questions we had for him.
Motorcycling. I've been riding motorcycles for.
Yeah, you're a big biker guy too.
Do you have a couple bikes?
I do.
Just got more.
Nice.
Old school bikes.
Yeah?
Suzuki's. Inline fours.
Wow.
No new stuff. Everything I have is old. I don't think I have anything that runs by a computer.
Why do you think that? Because is it because it's easier for you to work on, or is it just the style?
I like that kind of mojo. I have no problem with a carburetor. Fuel injection is fine. I have stuff with fuel injection.
Yeah.
But I like manual.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And carburation. You know, I get a kick out of some of the guys I watch on YouTube. You know, they give them a hard time because of the quadrajets. You know, but those are some good carbs. You know what I mean? And they cringe when you put a Holly or Edelbrock on there.
Right.
But whatever, man. I mean, because growing up, going to the drag races, man, in Englishtown, in the hat, the Summer Nationals. I grew up watching Jungle Jim. You know, we were little kids, man, and we would be all around the pits. And what can we help you do? All right, take that jug and go get us some water for the car. You know what I mean? And
So you were
he told me to do it. You know what I mean? Me and my friends. Yeah, I mean, we were always there. You know, Mom would tell you, get back here before 9. Listen, they're running match races on Wednesday night. You know what I mean? And we just got, you know, whoopings just because we weren't making it back home at 9 o'clock. Just take one for the team, yeah.
And Englishtown's in Jersey? You're
New
from
Jersey.
That's
Yeah.
where I grew up as well.
Right, so, but that track right there was where it all started with me with cars and motorsports. You know what I mean? Just going to that local drag strip and that place. And sadly, right now, the thing shut down, you know, but I never thought that would happen. But I just flew back up there about 2 months ago, and they had the drifting in the front. Actually, a couple of pictures are on that Instagram, you know, because I went in the parking lot just to take some pictures of the place because it was crazy that, you know, back when I was 7 years old, we used to ride our bikes over there. I don't even know how we didn't get hit by cars, but we were all over the place up there back then.
There were no rules back then.
Yeah, I mean, the roads were so narrow. It's like, man, how did we, and I'm thinking to myself, how did we not get hit? You know, riding in the dark and everything. We had no bike lights and stuff, but that's just what it is. But, you know, Jungle Jim and watching the Chicago Patrol funny car and, you know, Chi-Town Hustler, just Wednesday night match racing. And what people don't know is that's where this car comes into play. This was the first car that Kenny Bernstein ran.
Oh.
And before he became who he was, I saw him drive this car at Englishtown back when he first came out with it. And that's why I have this on my shelf in my bedroom. And that's just something I always look at, because people don't know before he got big like that, he started with this funny car.
Huh.
You know, that put him on before he was
Put him on the map.
the guy.
Right.
You know, but
So that was his rookie season, right?
yeah, I mean,
Or he was not a rookie, but he wasn't a household name yet.
no. You know what I mean?
And did you ever get to meet him
Oh,
in
yeah,
those
we were,
early days?
we were kids, all in the pits. You know what I mean? Just in the
So,
way.
in drag racing now, what do you think is different? I mean, they still allow fans the fan interaction.
Well, what's
do you
different?
find it? Is it just there's just so much more money now?
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, 'cause
the
you've been
same,
following
man.
drag racing since you were a kid.
Oh
so.
yeah, man. I mean, I'm no better than anybody else that got knowledge on it, but I remember back then, you know, the safety aspect of it, and the track was like right there.
Yeah.
You were like right on the car doing a burnout going right past you. You know what I mean? You were like,
Get burned by the...
yeah, you were like right on the track, the fence.
Yeah.
Now they back you way off. You know what I mean? It was just... I remember Joe Amato, man, he had that Gabriel Hijacker funny car back. It was an alcohol car. And he did a burnout, man. That thing scared me to death. You know what I mean? That was the most wicked car I ever saw do a burnout.
Right.
And it wasn't even on fuel. It was on alcohol. But that was back when he first started. You know, but that's just memories that I have growing up at the track.
So do you think now with the modern, you know, how modern drag racing is now, back when you were a kid, so the burnout was the thing that was the thing that was like the coolest, right?
Oh yeah.
The burnout and all the flames coming out the side of the car.
It wasn't really...
There's not as much of burnouts today because the way the tracks are set up and the cars are set up.
The thing about it back then, though, man, is as a fan, is we didn't really care what the time was they ran.
No.
They put a show on,
That's what
just
it was
doing
about.
a burn, just
Right.
starting it up, backing it up, doing dry hops. You know, they'd do like 3 or 4 dry hops and back up, and then burn out again and
Right.
back up. You know, that's just how it was, man. It's like now, you know, they push the car forward, and then, you know, you have to have a reverser. It's just different. You know what I mean?
Do you think? But you still enjoy it though.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I mean, every time you get international straight here, you're
I got
pretty much there the whole time.
I mean, I don't.
So how many drag races have you seen probably in your lifetime?
He's going to
I
be
couldn't
dating
count
himself
on
then.
The biggest thing down here, man, back in the day, you used to have the Snowbird Nationals down in Bradenton. And that's when you had all the guys that didn't come to the national events would come down there, you know, to do Trip Shoemake, you know, a lot of guys from out west, Rocky Epperly, all those guys, man, they would come from everywhere, and their funny cars and stuff would be all in there. But now the Snowbirds, man, they don't run it's still the Snowbird Nationals, but
Right.
man, the funny cars and the dragsters, man, they used to come down there in like force because it was in the winter.
Right. And this was
And everybody else was
snow.
snowed in. They'd
Yeah.
come down here and run their cars, man, and that ticket right there was the one to get. And I tell people, hey, man, we're going down to the Snowbirds. You can be ready to go at 5 o'clock in the morning, or else you're getting left. You know what I mean? And you can find your own way down there because I'm already in there, because we'll walk around out there, man, just shooting the breeze, talking to the drivers and stuff. You know what I mean? It's just different.
Have you ever had a desire to drive?
I have, but, you know, I don't have any money, you know. But, you know, I told my mom when I was little, you know, I want to go 300 miles an hour. She was like, what the fool for? You got to kill yourself. I'm like, listen, it'll be a wrap then, you know, but, you know, it was just cool. But when I was little, man, you know, as soon as Evil Knievel go up, he'll go up and get messed up, man. And we'll go outside and put a ramp up.
Heck yeah.
And jump the ramp. And I remember my friends, man, Benny and Raphael. I remember them. They put like 5 milk crates and they jumped. And they said, "This is the mark." He set the record. I was like, "Man, you
set the record."
Yeah, he set the record.
I think all you boys did that.
Now,
with a rock.
We're heading somewhere with this. I said, "Man, here's the deal. Put 8 milk crates up there and y'all stand back." And I remember going way back down the sidewalk, and I hit that ramp, went straight up and straight down, and the handlebar went in my stomach.
Oh, no.
And it knocked the wind out of me. And I went in the house thinking my mom was gonna like butter me up.
Did you make the jump?
Nah, it was a fail. You know what I mean?
But Knievel failed, so
Yeah,
it's
you know what I
okay.
mean?
It's
But
okay.
my mom was watching me out the window. And I went in there and it hurt. And she was like, "Don't come over here.
Yeah.
Go over there on the couch by yourself, man. I saw you do that stupid crap." You know, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Play, you pay, right?
Yeah, so
Come on, Mom.
yeah, it was she wasn't budging, man. It
What
was like,
what were you riding?
back then?
Yeah.
That was the
BMX?
bikes with the banana seat.
Okay, so like a Schwinn?
Yeah. With the small front tires.
So you just
Totally
didn't have the
built for
right
speed and
equipment.
Oh
jumping.
man, it was
Had
just
you a BMX or what was it back then? Huffies? Was that
Yeah,
big then?
Yeah.
the Huffy and his
Most of them were
Right.
that.
yeah. You remember
Because they were like a drag. They were kind of building bikes back then to look like drag racing.
exactly with the
bikes.
extended fork.
Yeah, it wasn't about jumping. It wasn't even about going fast because they weren't fast bikes.
Yeah, man.
It looked cool though.
It was
It looked cool.
It was fun, but we paid the price. And here's what the deal is, man. It's just amazing that I'm still here with a lot of stuff, man, that was going on. You know,
That's awesome.
But it is what it is.
That's funny.
All
I
right.
hope everybody's getting a kick out of this.
Yeah, dude, you guys
It's
you still got 17 viewers.
Yeah, we're still at
All right,
17
man. So
viewers.
we know that you're a drag racing fan,
Yeah.
but let's talk about something a little bit different than cars.
Okay.
Talking about that barbecue spot that you took me to.
He hasn't
Oh, yeah?
stopped
Dude,
talking
tell me
it.
about that place. Was amazing.
All right, we got to
I
plug
gotta
the place.
go.
Or we got to plug them.
We can plug them, but they were so good.
I said, listen, man.
What's the name of the place?
Big John's.
Big
Alabama
John.
Big
Barbecue.
John's
Bag
Big
John's.
Big John's.
Big
Island.
John's.
Big John's Alabama Barbecue.
Alabama barbecue.
And that's over off of
40th Street in Hillsboro, over in that area. Is it
If
40th?
you ever make it to Tampa area, this is the. I'm
I think
telling
that's
you,
40th.
man.
Yeah, 40th.
Holy cow, that was the best barbecue I had had.
I told Johnny, I said, listen,
Shit.
dude,
So good.
take a right here and go down 2 lights and take another right, and then we're going to turn into the parking lot another right. And he's like, so what are we going to get? I said, man, we're going to get 2 thin end sandwiches.
I'm like, what's
And
I'm
Johnny
like, okay,
said,
what's a thin
what
end?
is that?
A thin
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 end.
end.
Thin
Thin
end?
That's what it's called, a thin end.
Thin
Yeah.
end?
Thin
Thin.
end.
THINEND.
ND.
Thin end.
Thin end.
Two
Yeah,
thin
it sounds
ends.
skimpy.
Sandwich.
It sounds skimpy.
Sandwich.
Well,
Right.
I
Well, they had
explained-
they had platters and
Well,
stuff.
yeah. I mean, I told him. I said, man, it's easy. The ribs, the big bones, when it goes to the small
Yeah.
bones, that's the small end of the ribs,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a different price. You know,
Oh.
because they're more meat,
Yeah.
more tender, I guess, whatever. But I said, man, don't worry about it. So I said, look, let me get 3 thin ends.
Actually, I go, so how much you getting? And you're like, I don't know, I might get 2 sandwiches. I'm like, then get me 2. Then he's all, I don't know, man. I don't know if you're going to be able to eat it all.
That's what I'm saying. So I said,
Do I
well,
look like a
This
kid?
was your first time doing lunch with
Oh,
him?
wait.
so I said, all right, we'll get 3 and we'll see how we feel from there.
We'll,
You know what I
we'll
mean?
get 3. We'll split the middle one. I'm like, okay. I'm like, whatever, man. I know I could eat 2.
Well, would you have been able to eat that?
No!
That's why I said, look, pump your brakes, man.
It was it was like the shit. These ribs were awesome, and it was just between 2 pieces of white bread. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no special lettuce and all.
No, you
It's
don't
just
need all that.
2 like Weber bread.
I asked you, I said, you want the sides? I said, you gonna get sides? I'm like, dude, I don't
No.
need no sides.
It's
I do
just
not
meat.
need
Dude,
sides.
I got through the first sandwich. It was literally like 2 racks of ribs on this one.
So that was barbecue out. Do you do that kind of stuff at home? You got a slow cooker or anything?
No, I grill. Yeah, I grill at the house. Yeah.
Smoker?
No, we ain't smoking. I got a grill.
You got grill stuff.
You just grill it.
Smoking.
Yeah.
You can ask them about corn.
Smoke corn.
Street corn?
Do what with it?
Street corn. I have an obsession.
Ity-B has an obsession with street corn.
Street corn.
What is that, like carving it off the cob?
Well, that would be decobbing it, but...
Oh, is that what it's called? Decob?
Putting it in an iron skillet and frying it?
That sounds great.
Well, I mean, that's how I do things.
I don't really know what street corn is. I just have an obsession with corn in any way that you make it.
Oh.
I just bought corn tots.
What is that?
It's like a tater tot, except it's all corn.
It was almost like a hush puppy.
So you fried that?
No, I baked it.
They're baked.
No, if you do.
We're losing people on the corn tip. Well, thanks for the 13 of you, 17 that have
hanging in to hear about
hung on the 51.
Yeah.
Art, it's been amazing talking about drag racing. You said you had a few more other pieces over there. What are those? What are those?
Oh.
Share them with you. So that's Kenny Bernstein's OG car, right? That's his coming up car.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the Crystal. I got this thing, man, way back in, I don't know how many years ago. The John Force Crystal.
I was going to say, that looks like John Force.
Yeah, that was back when he was with Castro. But it's pretty cool. I like it. It is.
I wonder if people are going to be able to see that.
It's crystal.
See through.
It's like Wonder Woman's glass plane.
Yeah, exactly.
And this right here.
How'd you ever get into it?
That's a signed Larry Dixon Miller Lite Top Fuel Dragster car that he signed the card and the car for me back.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you take that car to him?
I didn't buy it at Gainesville. This is back when Dick LaHaye was still his crew chief.
Mm-hmm. And
I took it up there, and I had this one and a small one. He signed both of them for me.
That is cool.
Yeah, that was cool. So the last time Art and I went to the drag races, you had a shirt that you've had... A jacket.
With everybody signing it.
Tons of like old school drivers and stuff like that, and he just keeps adding...
Yeah.
Like he'll go and one guy was like, he's getting pretty close to retiring. And he's like super low budget guy too. Like he had, what was the name of that guy? He like has his own, there's like no...
Yeah, he was the... I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember his name.
Man.
It wasn't...
I had
funny. It wasn't a funny car. He was a
top fuel dragster guy, yeah. And then Troy Clawford Jr. Remember he said, "Man, that jacket's cool."
Right, yeah.
And what people don't know was back then, you know, the lady, I had Rhonda Hartman.
Yeah.
And she was right there with her husband, I guess, there. But you know, I remember her when she used to drag race, and I had her. You know, I said, "Rhonda, could you sign my jacket?" She said, "Sure." But you know, those are a lot of signatures on there, man. You want a lot of those people are no longer with us,
right?
Like Gary Ormsby,
right?
And all those guys. But that's just that jacket, man. You know, I take it and I see somebody and just have them sign it. I don't care if they sign it twice or whatever. Just sign it again. You know,
and everybody seemed like totally, like I said, when you would take it up to them and you show them, they're like, oh, cool. Where'd you get this?
Right.
Yeah, I had that thing, man. That's way over 20 years.
Did you end up getting Perdone's? Was it Don Perdone that was there? Did you get his? I can't remember. Or was the line too long?
Yeah, it was too long.
Yeah. This year, right?
We'll be working on it.
Because that's when they had the match race with the Camrys or something.
The cars, Warren Johnson and...
They couldn't have got Camaros or something?
I don't know. They were
Camrys.
Like Toyota Camrys.
Yeah, it's kind of lame.
But you know...
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
But it was fun. We stayed till the end when it turned nighttime. You know, we watched the pro mods. You know what I mean? And I like night racing. That right there, you know, the oxygen is good air. And man, they just run out the back door. But unfortunately, you know, a lot of the crowd is gone and they miss a lot of stuff. But I learned that you know, you might want to stick around because somebody's getting ready to break a record doing something.
Yeah, because we saw the dudes on the bikes broke records, and everybody was gone.
They hit the fence.
Yep. And we forget he said it wasn't just a track; it was a world record.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially at night. You know, so. But we're good. What you got?
We're at 49 minutes. So the way this is going to work, guys, the 51 is going to be
51 minutes. So hey,
we have 2 minutes here to sign off and say our thank yous to Art Smith for joining us tonight.
Art Smith, thanks so much, buddy.
And I appreciate everybody.
Appreciate it. Coming down and hanging out with us.
World Wide Web.
We'll see you. We'll bring you back on because I think you got more stories to tell. We got to hear more about the project you're currently working on. More of the Indiana Jones finds that you're
being
out
on
there.
Earth for 53 years, man. I can write a book.
We didn't even get into the stories of some
There's
of the
so
TV
much
shows
more he has to
and
tell.
podcast stuff that you listen to a lot.
You need to get ready.
I am getting ready. So it's
and I appreciate y'all.
So hey, thanks for hanging out with us on the
tuning
51. We appreciate you. We're not sure when we'll be doing the next 51, but you got to see the first episode.
Stay tuned.
And of course,
I'm Ity-B.
Johnny Jalopy. Art Smith.
And I'm going to tell you again, Close Cut on Instagram, CLOSEKUTT. And that's Art Smith's Instagram. And don't forget, JohnnyJalopy.com for all of your jalopy needs.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.